show on today. I have two wonderful people in the studio with me. My dear friend Betty and my dear friend Flo. You guys say hello to the listening audience.
Hello. Hey out there, guys.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. But you guys, prepare yourself. We're going to just take a quick, I don't say commercial break. We're going to take a quick commercial song and we'll be right back on the air with you in just a moment. All right. Thank you again for tuning in to the Kristle Shanell Show. You guys, today is Sunday, and I'm hoping that you were able to get out today and go to church. Of course, I didn't make it today. However, I'm hoping that you were able to get out today and was able to be blessed by the word that was given today from your pastors or wherever you fellowship at. I just want to make you guys aware that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as well as domestic violence. So today we're going to be talking about these two topics, breast cancer as well as domestic violence. And just want to give a shout out to everyone that is currently still here. You know, you may have gone through domestic violence, you may have gone through breast cancer, but you're still here. You're still a survivor, and you're here amongst the living. So we give God all the glory and all the praise in regards to that. First of all, I would like to start off with my dear friend Betty, for you guys to let her introduce herself to you, and she'll tell you a little bit more about who Betty is.
Awesome. Hey out there again, guys. First of all, I would like to say to you, I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
For allowing us to come on today and give us this platform. You are such a blessing. From the minute we met, you absolutely show love and words of wisdom, encouragement, and support. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Not
Thank
just in
you.
a business entity, but personally. So
that's right.
I appreciate
Sisterhood.
the blessing.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes.
right? I appreciate the blessing and
Absolutely.
you know, what you play in my life. So thank you so much.
You're quite welcome.
But just to reflect on what we're here to talk about today, I am Betty Murray. I am the CEO of Genuine Sisters Supporting Sisters. Okay, we are a organization where we help families that are going through cancer and domestic violence. The organization itself touched from home because I lost my mom and my sister breast cancer and lung cancer.
Wow.
So it's important to me to be able to give back and help. And it gets a little bit more personable in why it's so important to me to be able to support other women through their journey of cancer and or domestic violence.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And thank you so much for sharing that. And also I have our dear friend and sister in the studio with us as well, Miss Flo. Miss Flo, can you introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about your story and your reason why?
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Flo McCleskey. Well, I go by Flo McCleskey, but my real name is Fishoda McCleskey. My father named me. So, hey, I got to give a shout out to my dad because he's not
That's
here.
Right.
It was very weird about my case, you know. It was to the point where I was didn't have no symptoms or whatsoever. I just felt something was not right with my body. Mm-hmm. So I went in and got checked and had a ultrasound done, and that's when it came back. Said, hey, I think this may be a little cancer's developing. I said, no, in the name of Jesus, it's no cancer.
Right.
But being in the medical field for 10 years and being in the OBGYN and dealing with breast on my own, I knew by the look of the film that it could have been cancer. But
right.
My faith and my belief, I said, I rebuke that devil. It's not there.
That's
so
it.
I ended up having a biopsy. And sure enough, it was stage 1 cancer.
Okay.
First, it was they noted as stage 0.
Wow.
And then when I finally had my surgery, they said, no, it's a stage 1.
Okay.
So I'm going like, what? How did it move from a 0 to a 1?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because when they first checked me, it was not invasive. And a lot of people don't, if you don't know what invasive means, invasive is when the cancer has moved to the tissue of the breast.
Mm-hmm.
Invasive means that the cancer is there, but it has stopped. Mm-hmm. It's not growing no more. Mm-hmm. So that's where mine was at the beginning. It was invasive stage. And then when I had my surgery, it moved into the tissue part. When it came back, everything. It was so small to the point where the doctor said I didn't have to do chemo, which I refused anyway. I didn't have to do radiation, which I refused anyway. Mm-hmm. And he said that you'll live a healthy life. You know, cancer hit me at a very young age, 44. Mm-hmm. A lot of times cancer doesn't hit women in their 40s. So I'm here today and want to spread the word of prevention, mm-hmm. you know, to younger women. especially my women that's in their 30s.
That's right.
Because doctors tell you don't have to get checked until you're 50. Well, in my head, that's what I said. 50 was the time. But something told me to go, and I went. And thank God that my spirit and my Father, my Heavenly Father, you're going to hear me mention my Heavenly Father throughout this whole time, because if it wasn't for Him, I probably wouldn't even be standing or sitting here having this interview with all of you guys. So I want to give my thanks and my honor to my Heavenly Father and to my new sister, Kristle, for having me here on her station and her radio station right to this day. So that's a little snippet of how I was diagnosed.
Wow. And it's just amazing, you guys, because we have so many people, unfortunately, that have been hit with some form of cancer. It's just unbelievable. And throughout the process, we have to remain strong and, try our very best to be there for people that are going through, breast cancer, cervical cancer, things of that nature. I had a client, and I want to say her cousin, if I'm not mistaken, passed recently this year in her early 20s, maybe 24, 25, somewhere along that age, somewhere in her early 20s. And she had 2 little beautiful children, and unfortunately she died from cancer. And it was cervical cancer. A lot of times, we as women, and men, we don't want to go to the doctor, get ourselves checked. We just thinking that we went to college for the degree, and we're just self-diagnosing ourselves and not knowing exactly what's truly going on with our bodies. Okay,
that is so true.
So it's just very, very sad. I mean, cancer don't have an age. We're going from, like you say, 0 months to people in their 70s, 80s, 90s, years old that's experiencing cancer. So, you guys, make sure, number one, I just want to say that if you are tuning into the show on today, please make sure that you're sharing the broadcast, share the posts. There's somebody out there that's currently going through breast cancer or going through domestic violence, and they need to hear this show on this afternoon. So make sure you're sharing the broadcast, you share the post, and also if you are interested in calling into the show, please feel free to do so. You can call in at 347-850-8557. Again, that number is 347-850-8557. Press 1 and we'll make sure that we get you in the studio to speak to myself, Betty, or Miss Flo. We're here to, of course, share our stories, our testimonies, but at the same time be of assistance in some form or fashion if we're able to. Okay, so let's just go back to, and thank you for sharing that, Flo. I want to also just, we're going to go in between, because this month is Domestic Violence Month as well, and I am a survivor of domestic violence. Betty, I would love for you to, and you are a survivor of domestic violence. I would love for you to for us to start there, sharing your story, sharing your testimony, telling the listening audience, about what has happened to you, and why you're so adamant about, sharing and spreading the word on domestic violence.
Okay. Well, as you stated, I am a survivor of domestic violence. I'm not a victim. I am a survivor of domestic violence. And domestic violence can come in so many different forms. Domestic violence is not just against women. It is against men as well.
That's right.
And so I first want to say that I am going to share, and I'm not going to share everything right now because I'm going to be doing the full story, and also working on a documentary and at my event, which is October 7th. So we'll talk about that later. But I'll say that when you don't know your own self-worth, your love, and when you're searching to fill a void of love that you can't even identify. Because my mom and my sister passed away so early, I fell into the hands of the wrong men looking for love. And sometimes when people are able to know what you need, they can either use that to enhance your life or use it to destroy
your
it.
life. That's it.
By manipulating you and controlling what you're doing because of their own insecurities. And a lot of times domestic violence is not recognized when you really just don't know how to identify it. You think that love and domestic abuse have to just come from a physical attack, and that's just not true. But just to touch a little bit on it, in 2002, I was in a really bad domestic violence relationship, and we had went on and on for years. And yes, some might say, well, girl, the first time he hit me, I'm leaving, and it
Easy
couldn't be
said than
me
done.
because I'm going to do this, and, you know, we go through that. Well, that's where genuine sister support and sisters come in, because we don't judge.
That's right.
We're
That's
not
right.
here to judge.
Right.
We are here to help each other, to uplift each other, and we still go through everybody. We still go through, but we are transparent women. But it's because of the domestic violence that I've dealt with by the hands of a man that I at that time thought I loved. But it led me to where I am today. So I thank God for it. Yeah, it's a serious story, and I want to tell it that October 7th.
No problem.
Like I said, I want to give you some you know, some things to just say that it was so bad in my case that it was easier to take my 4 children and move to start over. And it still doesn't mean that it stopped. It just meant that I knew that I wanted and I deserved healthy love. And to eliminate myself and move away from friends and family and being well established at the time. It was a big faith of courage, a leap that I had to take, you know, in order to be to get what God had for me, you know, to be able to come connected with Him as a whole and stop half stepping that line, you know, for Him to know to say to me, listen, you're looking for the love in the wrong places. Just love me the way you need to love me, and you watch how I create that inner peace and that love that you're looking for. It's right here.
That's
you know,
it.
so yeah.
And while we're talking about, you said October the 7th, tell the listening audience, you know, about your event that you're actually having on October the 7th. Of course, you guys, Betty will tell you a little bit more about her event on October the 7th. But if you are in the Atlanta area, and if you are free, and if you are available, definitely go out on October the 7th and support my dear sister, Betty. She needs your help. We want to make sure that we're able to spread the word about domestic violence. We want to make sure that we're spreading the word in regards to breast cancer, and just, you know, being able to be that support system that the people need. So Betty, please share with us about your event.
Awesome. So one thing I want to make a little correction on is cancer, not just breast cancer. And it was important for me to identify with all, you know, all cancer and not just one cancer. The same way with domestic violence, all domestic violence, and not just physical or just happening to a woman. October the 7th, which is next Saturday, we will be at Stone Mountain Park at the Golf Course Commons Club, where we'll be honoring the honorees. We're honoring 9 women. It started with 7. 9 women of cancer and domestic violence. Flo is actually one of the honorees, and I am so happy that you are allowing me to honor you. when I heard your testimony and I read your bio, I fell in love immediately. I said, I need to meet immediately. And we met at a movie theater.
Yes.
Wow.
We had girls' night.
That's
On
awesome.
the first night, we had girls' night.
And that's what it's all about.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
And she was about to have surgery the day after. I said,
My
wait a
God.
minute. No, wait. Tomorrow?
Like you
Yes.
need to be resting.
Yeah, I needed to be rested.
I'm like, but we sat in the lobby
Wow.
and we talked and we talked and we talked and we talked, and the spirit was just there and we connected.
That's
And
awesome.
laugh, tears, all that good stuff. But the next day I said, that day I said, I know this might be a little bit bold, but genuine sisters supporting sisters, this is what we do. We support. So what time do I need to be at the hospital?
I
sure did.
love it.
She sure did.
I love
and
it.
that's the reason why I love her to pieces.
I
It's because
love it.
no one would ever have done that.
And she just met
She
you.
just met me.
Absolutely.
And I told her, I said, girl, yeah, you could. I said, come on. And one thing that I want to tell you about Betty, I call her Miss Betty, but that's being professional. But she is my sister.
That's right.
And, and Betty came, she honestly was at the hospital. My surgery was scheduled at 7:30. Betty was there. Not only was she there for me, she was there for everybody else who was going through the same procedure. She brought food. I didn't get a chance to eat it because, I couldn't eat.
Right.
But she gave me a goodie bag. And to show that she was there for me, even though when I came to, I didn't recognize everybody. I was still loopy.
Mm-hmm.
But Betty, I saw pictures. She brought parfait. She brought fruit.
We had 7 hours to wait. So
yeah.
I needed everybody in the lobby.
I know that's right.
The waiting area.
I know that's
She
right.
had everybody there
Prepared.
laughing and
We
just
had
so
we had
much
a great
fun.
time.
Oh
See,
my
for
gosh.
me, I can only imagine. Now, see, I'm giving the support that I would have wanted my mother and my sister to have.
Right.
And she gave it to me. And
Oh, it's a moment of love.
I'm very emotional.
Yeah, definitely.
She gave it to me when my own blood wasn't there.
My God.
So a stranger,
Sometimes
God sent her to me because
For
He
a
knew
reason.
at that time I needed somebody.
Yeah.
Not Xing nobody else out because everybody else is my family.
Right.
But Betty, I just met her a day before my surgery.
Yikes.
And for her to step in as my sister and say, hey, I got you. I got you. Leave it in my hands. I got you. And I left it right here in her hands. And Betty has never let me down from that day forward. She's been there. And I have to say, girlfriend, your nonprofit organization is going to go somewhere. Because
Yes, it
it's
is.
anointed.
Yes, it is.
It's anointed. You got another anointed sister right here sitting
Oh my
beside you.
gosh.
And we are going to make this business a very successful business while we can help
Amen.
everybody.
Amen.
And I'm so
Absolutely.
thankful that you said it's not just breast cancer.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all cancer.
Yes.
And I told you I had a dream. And that's what it was. He said, don't just focus on breast cancer. Yes, breast cancer was the first that
Right.
everybody focused on.
Right.
But all cancer, this is what I want to tell everyone. All cancer is the same. We got to go through chemo, radiation, the pill, everything. Breast cancer is not just breast cancer. It's all cancer.
Yes.
And we got to go through the same thing. I mean, the
My
physical
God.
field, losing of the hair, shedding of the hair. Thank God I didn't lose my hair. I think I
And
would
it
went
is
crazy.
beautiful. It is
But
beautiful.
I mean, my daughter will tell you, it shedded
It
more
shedded.
than what it's supposed to. But Betty, I love you. I love you, and I thank you for what you're doing for not just me, but sometimes I can get a little selfish. That's the Leo in me. I'll let you know.
She called you a text like, I know you're busy, but
You need to talk to me now.
Hilarious. I love
can
it.
you call me in 15 minutes?
I said, Betty, it's me. But I thank her for doing what she's doing for everybody.
That's
but,
right.
Putting a little twist on for me. I have to put me first. I love you.
I'm honored too.
That is just beautiful.
And I keep reiterating on one thing with her, and it's that when you allow him to order your steps, and sometimes, and through this process, not just sometimes, but all the time, and through this process, I realize that this journey is my own self-healing as well.
Absolutely.
And so, instead of being on one end of saying, oh, well, here's, and I'll just say what I can afford right now. Here's $5 to give to the Cancer Society.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna speak. Here's $1,000. I'm gonna speak it into existence. Let me say that. We're gonna speak it into existence. But to say that, but now be on the other end. Oh, I'm sorry. to say that, and now be on the other end of personable.
Yes.
What can I do? Like,
yes.
What can I do? And I can't say what a actual cancer patient needs are. I need them to say it.
Yes, absolutely.
So then I can try to figure out what's our solution. When it comes to domestic violence, I can say what it feels like on the other side. But now I can say how I can help you get out of it. That's what life is about.
That is.
Full transparency, being able to help each other.
And I want to say one more thing about my girl Betty is that, yeah, she doesn't know what a cancer patient goes through. You know, like I mentioned, I've been in the medical field for 10 plus years. And when it hit me in the month of June, it's like my finances started wrinkling down because I was getting prepared for surgery, going to the doctors. I was going to the doctors out of the week, probably 3 times out of the week. And so my job wasn't understanding that. And so I'm going like, Betty, right now, from the month of June to where I'm at right now, I said, I'm hurting. She said, Flo, don't worry about it. Let me help. Let me do your footwork. She said, while you're recovering, I don't want you to worry about anything. Anything. And you guys, when they say genuine sister supporting sister, godly, I have to say that's 100% true. Because I was no one. I didn't know her. But God put us together for that one day that made us feel like we've been knowing each other for 20 plus years. And she's doing a magnificent job. So on October the 7th, if you want to hear great testimonies, my testimony, because I didn't tell you exactly, because everybody's testimony is a little bit different. Every woman, cancer is a little bit different. Mine is the unique one, because everyone asked me, how did you know? Come out on October the 7th and I tell you. Because I don't want to tell everything right now because I want people to come out and see what Miss Betty has done. Not just only for me, but for everybody. You know, show that support. Show that support. And a lot of time, you don't see too many sisters supporting sisters.
Absolutely.
And this sister proved it and said it's real sisters out here now. I thought I was the only one.
My God.
Now I got some more sisters too, like Harmony and Kristle, and you know,
Kristle.
She just met me too, and it's funny, like we clicked
immediately.
That God put people in places. I don't never say no mysterious ways or anything, because nothing is mysterious with my God.
That's it.
You know, He put us together on this day for a reason and a purpose.
Right. And you made a powerful point in regards to the sisterhood. And I really wish that we as African American women get it together.
Yes, amen.
Because there are so many of us that's in competition. We're competing against each other. For what reason? You don't know my struggle. Right. You don't know the hell that I had to go through to get where I am today and to get what I got today.
And what I got to do to come out of it.
Come on, somebody. Okay? I'm talking about pulling from your 401k.
Girl, preach on.
You understand what I'm saying?
Your
to
savings.
Be able, whatever you have, your investment, your savings, your checking. I'm talking about having $1 in the bank account or less. So we got to get away from the competition. And what you stated was, the sisterhood. And that's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to me. Definitely being able to have that sisterhood and being able to support each other and not, I'm jealous of you, you jealous of me, I'm trying to get to the top before you get to the top. That's foolery.
Yes.
At its finest.
Yes, it is.
Foolery. Because this world is so huge, there's enough room for everybody.
Yeah.
Whoever want to be at the top can be at the top. But it's
Yeah.
not a competition. You don't know the hell that I had to go through to get to where I am today.
Yes. And you're supposed to be able to root another sister on. We all can be on different
That's
ladders.
it.
And the ladders could be lined up right next to each other.
That's it.
But when you climbing up that ladder and I'm climbing up the ladder, I have a choice. And it is a choice.
That's
Yes,
it.
it is.
That's it.
It is a choice.
That's it.
To see you going up that ladder and say, go girl, you get it. That's right. Yay. Or say,
I'll meet you up there.
that's a choice. That's a choice. And to have jealousy or hate or
That's
envy
right.
towards another person, you really need to do some
Self-evaluation.
I say it all the
Absolutely.
time. I never go anywhere. Say a whole bunch of politically correct words, 25,000 scriptures. My connection with him is my connection with
That's
him.
it.
I don't go around talking to people trying to act like I'm Betty that's holier than thou.
Right.
I'm not Evangelist Betty. I'm working on my own. I'm serious.
I love
I
it.
work on my own self-searching and to make sure that I'm grounded with him because
And
I
clean.
can't genuinely help you.
That's
Until
it.
you grounded.
If I am tainted,
That's it. Come on, somebody.
it's going to transfer.
That's
You
right.
don't deserve that. And I want to help. So I got to work on.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And that's just perfect example. A lot of times we go through so much, and however we, again, and I'm speaking on the African American community because a lot of times we sweep things underneath the rug.
That's true.
Versus talking about these topics such as breast cancer, because guess what, we don't want nobody to know that we're sick or we're going or we're ill or we're going through this or going through that, as well as domestic violence. Even for myself, I have gone through a lot, and I'm currently still going through things and still having to take counseling because of all the things that I've went through in my past. I mean, I just went to counseling this week, Thursday. I think it was Wednesday, Thursday. I think it was on Thursday. So at the end of the day, a lot of times we put on this mask and trying to be, don't want to let anybody know what we're going through. No, I'm going through something. Yes, I'm depressed. You got to speak that thing out so that you can kill it.
Yes.
Speak it out so you can kill it. Speak it out so you can kill it. Get rid of it, So, as far as and I want to speak just briefly on the domestic violence. Even myself, a survivor of domestic violence, number one, because of domestic violence, I end up going to jail.
Right.
Having to, do community service, having to get counseling, having to pay all this money to, of course, have it expunged off of my record so that I could have a decent job and a decent career. Unfortunately, having to be homeless for a short period of time, having to live in my car, going to Quick Trip, to bathe before I go to work.
Wow.
And nobody, and putting on this show every day as if there's nothing wrong at home when all along there are 1,000 things going on in my home.
Right.
Having to live in a shelter. So mentally, that can really transfer over. You could be 50 years old and that could happen in your 20s and you're still dealing with all the trauma that has happened in your past. So,
Getting out of it is just the beginning.
That's it. Getting
just the
out of it
beginning.
is just the beginning. Absolutely correct. So I just want to say to the person that is, that may be going through domestic violence currently or going through breast cancer currently or any type of cancer, we have to stay encouraged.
Yes.
There are so many people that are losing their lives because of domestic violence. I'm talking about, let's go back to the post that I saw on Facebook this week, where I think it was a gentleman that killed the little 8-year-old boy. And I think he was molesting his the little 8-year-old sister.
Yes.
So women, we have to be extremely, hear me from the bottom of my heart, extremely careful about who we're allowing in our lives. You have to pray for the spirit of discernment and ask God to make sure that, okay, God, whoever this person is, please, show me some signs way before we even get intertwined into a year or two, because things happen. And don't get me wrong, people do change. But at the end of the day, you have this gentleman, nice looking guy. The 8-year-old brother, I guess, was trying to protect his little sister from the boyfriend attacking and or molesting the little girl. So therefore you beat this 8-year-old baby to death because you're trying to molest his little sister. And God, and I can't even imagine the pain that the mother may be experiencing right now. I think he abused the mother. Then you tried to molest. I don't know if he fully molested the little girl or tried to molest the little girl. However the story went. Don't get me to lying, because I didn't read the article. I'm just going off of what people shared. I shared the post, but I couldn't even read it because it was just too much. And then the fact that you killed this little 8-year-old handsome little boy. In regards to you wanting to attack his sister, excuse me. But this world is so wicked. And we have to be really, 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 really careful.
False prophets.
That's it. False prophets. Be careful. It's more besides just the looks. You have to get into this person's mental, understand their mental background. Okay. They may be having some mental challenges. So you need to understand their mental background. Betty, do you have anything else you want to say in regards to that?
To deal with someone and not know their mental background, it's a dangerous thing.
That's it.
They will have you thinking that is you.
That's it.
And you have no idea their history or why. Let me just say this. My abuser took me to a store, purchased the clothes. We went out and enjoyed the evening. I think at that time it was a Christmas event for my job at that time. And afterwards, took me home, ripped the same clothes off of me, physically beat me, and then told me that I remind him of his mother.
Oh my God.
That is a mental problem. So, again, it's so many stories. And I just got my lashes done. So, I'm trying to hold on to these things.
I know, y'all done mess up my Mary Kay makeup.
Okay. I love Mary Kay.
Girl, I got some. Oh, okay. Let's stay focused.
Let's get back to well, I just knew then, this is deeper than me. Not to say that, I had my own issues because I had already been through abuse before.
My God.
And because some abuse doesn't start physically, it starts mentally, verbally, that affects you mentally.
That's right.
It started younger than that, when you're being called black and ugly and nappy head and all of these things. It will take a toll on you as a child.
Yes.
And unless you deal with it, you will never be able to identify it when it's coming to you through somebody else, because you're just as hurt and broken as they are.
Right.
So it's two hurt people hurting each other, and because that's what they're used to, it seems like it's natural behavior, and it's not natural behavior.
No.
So one of us had to get out, because in all full transparency, I knew what would tick his button. I was smart enough to never physically put my hands on him because I knew what was coming.
Right.
But because of whatever, and I don't make excuses because I know better now, and I had to learn When you know better, you do better.
Mm-hmm.
If you say this and this, you already know that this and this going to happen. If you wear this and this, you know that this and this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So until you can get out of that situation, don't provoke it.
That's it.
That's true.
Women, be honest.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
You have to work. You have to transition out the right way, but that's starting with your healing and you helping yourself first. If he says this and I say, well, you know something, and you knew this is what he do, then be smart enough to keep your mouth shut, pray on it until you can get out of that situation. That's why I don't tell women, girl, you just as stupid. If he hit me in the first time and I would tend to know, her situation may not be what your situation is. Then she
That's
can
right.
go withdraw some money and say, I'm going to start all over.
That's right.
right.
Oh, I'm going to go do this. So me and the kids going to move out tonight. And it might not be. But you have to be able to know your situation to identify what your move is.
That's
so
it.
even, again, to why we're here, that's why Genuine Sisters supporting sisters. This is what we're here to help you.
Right.
We're here to help you say, you know what, we're not here to judge you. Like, what's going on? You, what? Okay. How many? Okay. Now, strategy time. And you're going to tell me what you want me to know. There's going to be some things you can tell me that I don't want to know. That, or you don't want me to know. There's going to be some things that's just public record.
That's right.
Let's keep it really real here. The
That's
same way
right.
if you've been in jail before for domestic violence,
That's right.
so have I.
Wow. Wow.
Because I wasn't going to take too many of those tails whooping without fighting back. And if that means both of us going to jail, so
That's
be
what
it.
it is. And I tell people, you know, you have to make sure that you're honest. A lot of people are out here, you know, everybody has a story, everybody has a testimony. And I think sometimes people just, for those that don't have a story or testimony, you know, this is not a game.
Right.
You know, what we're talking about is truth. And we need to make sure that we're speaking the truth in regards to our stories and our testimonies. You know, I got my paperwork to show when I went to jail. Oh, I'm a realist. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't play the radio. You know, I'm very honest and very real about my stories and my testimony. And sometimes people just want to have a platform just to say they got a story or they got a testimony. You understand? So I just want to say that, you know, for me, I got tired of the verbal. I got tired of the emotional, the spiritual, the financial. So I started going physical. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm tired of you know, with all this other foolery. So I'm going to go physical.
Yeah.
You see, and I was the one that threw that first blow, like they say.
Yeah.
You know, so I was the abuser in that case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas this gentleman, he was the abuser in the other cases.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But absolutely, I got my little
S
scar.
with an S.
That's it.
Cases.
That's it.
You do realize he was the abuser in the other cases.
That's it. That's it.
So-
So Betty, what does that say? Read to the people. You understand what
All
I'm
right.
saying?
Criminal domestic violence. Okay, and the charge is criminal. Well, that is it. Criminal domestic violence.
That's it.
I have it. I know what it is, and it just like as you.
That's it. That's it.
The last time, and you can go ahead and put it on my name, I'm going to have to take that charge.
That's right.
Because I took so many of those tail whoopings.
That's right.
Why? Because of my mouth. And you're going to try to convince me
That's right.
that you wasn't man enough to not put your hands on me because of what I say.
Wow.
Until you meet a man that shows you. See, he going to show you first. And then he going to place that man in your life that you really, really love. And
That's
you dig
right.
And it's you know what? I can see this.
That's right.
And then you're going to try the same thing that you tried with the other man because that's what you was used to.
Right. Right.
And he going to show you, no, a real man going to show you that I'm always the man.
That's
I
right.
am always the king in this situation.
Come on.
I'm not putting my hands on you. Now, I don't know what you used to, but I see it a little bit in your behavior. So I need to figure out how to help you because I see you want to help yourself.
That's
but
right.
if you didn't want to help yourself, I'm going to say, baby girl, you know what? I hope that whatever works for you works. I'm going to pray for you. But I got to get out of here because this is what you used to.
That's it. That's it.
I had to go through that.
Yeah.
I had to go with, I had to go through telling a man, explaining to him this something else. And it's, me too. So I relate.
Absolutely. And you know,
I had to go through it.
I had
You
two
had to.
people tell me last week that you have a shell up. Yeah, I got a shell up. I got a shell up. I got gates up. I got
A wall up.
a wall
the
up.
barbed wire.
That's right. That's right. And there's a reason that I have that wall up and that gate up. There's a reason. And sometimes you have men that will understand, and sometimes you have men that just won't understand. But unless they've went through all the pain, the rejection, the abandonment, the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse, the spiritual abuse, the financial abuse, you'll never understand unless you put your shoes, your foot in my shoes.
That's it.
So there's a reason, and it's so sad to a certain extent,
Yeah.
because it could be that one that God is trying to send us.
Yeah.
But we're so broken
Yeah.
and hurt,
Yeah.
and just only thing we can remember is just the pain
Yeah.
that we're not even allowing anybody to enter in. I tell people my heart is in a safe deposit box. A glass safe deposit box. You can see it beating from the glass, okay? But it's touch screen. And only one person is going to be able to touch that glass and be able to enter in. Whereas in the past, oh my God, please. I let so many wrong people enter in. And now you're still mentally, physically dealing with, okay, God, all these people that I've wasted time with,
Yeah.
did one of them love me?
Yeah. Wow.
Did one of them care for me? Oh, you loved my body at the time.
Yeah. Was this a convenient relationship for you?
Come on.
Because I know I was all in.
Right.
Wow.
Right. So I do see we have a caller on the line, so let me not ignore the caller. Caller 0405, you're on the air. Caller 0405, you're on the air. Hello? Okay, maybe they punched in by accident. Caller 0405, you're on the air. Are you there? Okay.
Sound like they're trying.
That's weird. Caller 0405, you're on the air. Okay, that's strange. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, hold on one second. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. How are you doing today?
I'm well. This is Tierra Curry. How are you?
Oh, doing wonderful, sis.
Hello.
Thank you so much for calling in.
She said, Kearney?
Yes.
How about
I was listening to the conversation. It might be a little noisy in my background here, but I wanted to know, does domestic violence have a time frame in order for it to be considered domestic violence? And what I mean is that when I hear domestic violence, I hear, excuse me, I think longevity, like these people have been in these relationships for years and years and years. But what about if it's on a dating basis, or if you're just entering a relationship? Is domestic violence no matter the time frame, or is it a certain amount of time you have to be in it for it to be considered that?
Domestic violence could be the day that you met the person,
Yes. Absolutely.
the hour that you met the person,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
the minute that you met the person.
And it doesn't have any color. It doesn't have an age. It doesn't have a gender. None of the above. You can meet someone. It doesn't matter what you guys' relationship is domestic violence is domestic violence. It can happen from someone you met an hour ago, or it can happen from someone you knew for years. Caller? Oh, hello?
Okay, I think we lost her.
Yes,
Oh, she's there.
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
still here. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So did we answer that for you?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for calling in and tuning in.
Not a problem, because I learned so much. Like, I learned a lot. Like, the last meeting, the office that I went to, the ladies were actually sharing how they were talking about domestic violence and how it's not easy for people to just, how we say, an outsider kind of say, well, this is easy, just walk away. So, just shedding some light on some things that women who have not been through that doesn't understand. But I know coming up as a little girl, when I know of couples that have been in abusive relationships, I mean, they've been in it for years, but I'm like, when does it become, considered that? But I'm glad to hear y'all shedding some light on it, because I deal with all different types of people nowadays, and I want to be able to, treat them accordingly and treat them with sensitivity and understanding. So thank you, baby.
Absolutely.
More than welcome. Thank you so much for calling.
Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you guys, we're going to just take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with you.
What you heard was an actual recorded incident of my abuser attacking me and my daughter witnessing the attack. For 8 years, I endured physical, verbal, and emotional abuse. Hi, I'm Kendra Turner, mother, daughter, sister, and survivor of domestic abuse. Because of my story, SODA, Survivors of Domestic Abuse, was birthed. For more info, contact soda.info2015@gmail.com. Are you SODA?
Fitness in Johns Creek can help. So be sure to get your results and call Adam at 670-715-7949. Johns Creek Parkway in Johns Creek, Georgia 30097. GPS it and get your information today. Are you in the music business and just can't seem to find your way? Well, we have a solution to your problem. The new and improved One Nation Under God record service Plateau. To fit all of you.
All right, you guys. Thank you again for tuning in to the Kristle Shanell Show. I just want to definitely just say thank you for our viewers on Periscope, our viewers on Facebook Live, as well as our callers that's on the air with us on this evening, and also for those that are listening online. You guys, if you are interested in speaking to Miss Betty, Flo, or myself, Kristle Shanell, please feel free to call in at 347-850-8557. Again, that number is 347-850-8557, and we'll make sure we get you into the studio so that you can speak to Betty, Flo, or myself, Kristle Shanell. And wow, it's just amazing because these two topics are very touching. And I'm telling you, I have so much tension in the left side of my neck, you know, trying to get through this show. And I'm just like, okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. But definitely tell us, Betty, about your honorees. You have some of my dear sisters that you're going to be honoring on the 7th. Just give us I don't know if you know all the names by heart here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to first say, no, I don't know all the names by heart. Okay, we're going to clear that up real quick, real fast, real easy.
By paper, whatever.
I have spoken to all of them, though.
Awesome.
I think it's one person that I haven't spoke to, and it's due to her travel, and she's very busy.
Okay.
But when you just meet people, it's kind of hard to remember the name right off.
Right.
I don't remember everybody's name. So I want to reiterate real quick on something you just said about working out the kinks.
Yes.
That's why it's important for us to work together as sisters so we can work out those kinks.
That's right.
Because when we can talk about it, when we can bring awareness, when we can support each other and say, you know what, girl, today I'm here.
Yes.
And tomorrow I might be here.
Right.
So that means I need you to have that backbone when it's time. Because you
need to be lifted back up.
Lift right back up.
See, a lot of times when you have an anointing over your life, when God has you in a certain position, it can sometimes make you look in the mirror at yourself and say, well, God, just make sure that I'm asking for the right help, because sometimes I need support.
That's right.
And I need to make sure that support is a genuine sister.
That's right.
That I can hold her back when I can. And she can hold my back. So we're going to work out those kinks together. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Yes. But when I say the lineup is amazing, woo! September the 7th, y'all, the lineup is amazing. We have courageous women such as yourself.
Yes.
Flo, y'all, a phenomenal story.
Yes.
Testimony that she's definitely going to share October 7th at Stone Mountain Park. We have Amber. We have so many. So I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek. Okay. So we got Nia. We have April K. We have Flo. We have India. We have DJ Brown. These are all women of cancer and domestic violence who have amazing testimonies, and they are ready to share their testimonies. But for me, it's about honoring these courageous women to let them know, hey, we are here to work out these kinks.
That's right.
We're here together. And they all have amazing testimonies, and they all will be sharing their personal testimonies at the event. And it was, okay, so real quick, guys, because offline you didn't know this. So we had to get some commercials going on because Uncle Tom, you got to pay the bills. You got to have some commercials, okay? And one of the honorees who was just linked with me, I'm working with a phenomenal PR team here. And Lily Mae agency, PR agency. And when I tell you, she's absolutely amazing. But she connected me with a few different young ladies that we just totally, from cancer to domestic violence, there's so many things that has occurred in their lives and in my life and other people's lives that we're connecting to see how we can help others, you know. So that's absolutely a blessing. But during the commercial, there was one young lady in particular, Kendra Turner. Okay, Kendra Turner. See, I told y'all, I know it was something. Let's just say Miss Turner. But she was introduced to me by another honoree. Okay, and that's Miss Matthews. Okay, and when I spoke with her, her domestic violence story is absolutely wow.
Absolutely.
And she just happened to be one of the commercial breaks just now. So just now, I'm like, wait a minute, she has a commercial? See, sometimes when you ask God to connect you with his people.
Come on, somebody.
He connects. You don't have to know everybody. You just have to know the right somebody.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right.
So just for us to be able to come together the way that we did, you know, the way we talked in church and not knowing what you do.
Right, right. And vice versa.
And vice versa. And look how he connected people. With this platform, the right see, you see how I'm stacking it up. See, at first you wanted to do it your way, and you think you needed to connect with this person and that person and that person. Well, while you doing it your way, you're going to keep on connecting with those people, and you're going to keep on bumping your head 25 times right there in that wall. And you know what? I'm going to let you do that. See, you're gonna be a little damaged. You're gonna have some bruises,
right.
But it won't be anything that's not repairable.
Right, right.
And even if I see you sink, you have to know, as my child, I will never see you drown.
Oh my God.
But you have to lead not to your own understanding. Let him lead.
That's right.
Relax.
That's right.
Live your life and be happy. Because if I continue to allow, see, the physical scars has all healed, and they everywhere. And I used to be ashamed, but I'm not ashamed anymore.
Look at that.
I wouldn't even I was known to wear my hair short. And after the accident, I did buy a new Lucinda recently. Sidebar. However, last year at the awareness event, because I did one last year, in my hometown, Washington, D.C.
Yes.
DMV. Okay. I had one, and I cut my hair short for the first time since my domestic violence incident has happened.
Wow.
And a lot of people, and I'm going to share this with you, a lot of people think I had a car accident a few years ago, and a lot of people think that was just a car accident. Like a girl's gone wild night and Betty had a car accident. No, it wasn't. Yeah. And I'm ready now.
My God.
I can tell it now. I couldn't tell it before.
Right.
Because all this was just all messed up.
Right.
And all this was all messed up. I had to be clear about what my purpose was. Why he took his hands off to allow it to happen. I had to say, you know what, God? I'm going to forgive that man.
Absolutely.
Because the only way to release myself and to walk into what you have for me, stop living in my own fleshly ways and want what I want, when I want it, how I want it. No, it just wasn't going to work. So he took his hands off. And 3 rods and 16 screws later, I'm grateful.
My God.
I'm grateful.
How great our Father is.
My God.
I'm grateful.
Won't he do it?
Every time.
Won't he?
Won't he do it?
Every time.
And I wanted to just piggyback off of my sister right here. She said purpose, and she's ready now.
Right.
Well, I tell you, I wasn't ready. I wasn't even ready to share it with my family. I wasn't ready to share it with my friends. I wasn't ready to share it with my god sister or my. I only have one blood sister, and that's my baby sister.
Right.
I wasn't ready to share it because it was a shock to me. Like, wait a minute. I'm the most healthiest person in my family.
You're in the medical field.
I'm in the medical field. I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat the junk food that everyone was eating.
Right.
And my mother, my mother's an evangelist, and she's this woman where she said, if you claim it, you have it. That's why I said, Mama, I said, I never claimed it.
Right.
I said, but my father showed it to me a year ago.
My God.
I called my friend that was in Indy. Now, at that time, he was in Hollywood, Florida, crying my eyes out because I went to the doctor and they saw a lump in my right breast, okay? And I'm going like, I got to go back. I got to do this. I got to go do, I don't know if I have cancer whatsoever. And he said, in the name of Jesus, you don't have it. So I went back and it ended up being a cyst. And I called him back again. I said, and I'm going to mention his name because he's really a good friend, dear friend of mine.
Absolutely.
His name is L.A. Latham Alexander, but I call him L.A. I called him back and I said, L.A., even though the doctor said it was a cyst, I'm still having these visions.
My God.
And I said, it's a vision that I have breast cancer.
My God.
But it wasn't in my right breast. It's in my left. And he said, what? I said, when I dream, I say these are my visions. And I said, and God revealed it to me. So I was telling my mom, and she said, well, God didn't give it to you. I know God didn't give it to me, but he made me a purpose. And that's why I had to come back and piggyback off of what you're saying, because my mother didn't want me to say anything.
Wow.
She going around telling everyone, oh, my baby cancer-free, she's zero, she's stage 0. But what she don't know to this day, that I'm a stage 1. I didn't share it with her. I let my mother believe what she wants to believe because I need that faith. I need that belief right there.
Absolutely.
Because there's time that I get down.
Absolutely.
And hearing my mother, it helps me lift up and make me a little bit stronger to go through this every day.
That's it.
Because when I tell people I am cancer-free, even though my doctor told me I wasn't, I said,
you speak it.
My daughter was sitting there. I kept telling her, I'm cancer-free. She said, well, I can't say that because you was stage 1. She said, I need to see you back every 3 months for 5 years. See that 5-year pill they wanted to put me on? And see, I'm in the medical field, and I preach, and I tell all my patients, don't get this, don't get that, because it's messing up your body. And guess what? My doctor even told me she didn't even want me to be on it because it causes cervical cancer.
Oh,
so why in the world will I want to put something back into my body
that's going to give me another form of cancer?
We
got to educate each other.
You know,
the devil
and that's
is
the
a
reason
liar.
I am here to educate my sisters because the thing is that, like I said, I am young. And I'm here to educate because, like I said, my testimony, I will be sharing it on the 7th. But I just want to give you a little snippet of what you can find before.
And you said you're 44, correct?
I'm 44.
44 years old.
44 years old.
And it's just amazing, like how you stated, it was a cyst. When I was in high school, I used to get them all the time, cysts. And then it used to be so bad until the pus and everything was coming out of it. White and green pus coming out of it. And I mean, I'm talking about painful. Oh my God, it used to be so painful. And I remember my mom taking me to the doctor, and, it used to get like the size of a golf ball in there. It used to be so heavy and hurting. And they wanted to do surgery. So they gave me some medicine that I was supposed to take the night before the surgery. Needless to say, the day of the surgery, there was nothing for them to have surgery on because it wasn't there. Okay? So we went in for surgery, but there was nothing to have surgery on. You understand?
See, look, I got it.
But, yes, but it's just amazing how things like my mom is, she's a survivor and she went through it, and very, very grateful for her life. And like you said earlier, you were healthy, eating all the right foods, not eating this, not eating that. My mom used to say that when it happened to her, she said the same thing, I've been eating healthy and, I don't eat meat, she barely eats meat, different things like that. And it's just, it doesn't matter how healthy you may be.
It doesn't.
It does not matter.
It does.
That's why we have to stay at the doctors. Don't be naive. Stop self-diagnosing.
Yep.
Go get yourself checked out.
Yep.
Breast check.
Correct.
Okay. Let me get my little paper because I'll be going to what is it called? Gwinnett Medical Center. That's where I go to because
Okay.
I live in Duluth.
Okay.
But just show them that, Betty.
This is
Here
awesome.
on Facebook and Periscope.
Okay.
You know, that side is that's
it really does show you in detail of how to self-check. This is awesome.
exactly.
This is awesome.
Exactly. How to do your self-check. So, you know, I don't know.
Self-check.
That's right. I don't know what you may.
No, it is in Spanish. I'm sorry.
One side was
We're
Spanish.
going to get one translated.
Well,
okay.
yeah, one side is Spanish, and I think one side is English, right?
No, on this one, we doing all Mexican.
Hilarious.
What is that?
You are definitely
Really?
going to have to put your high school skills back into motion. Okay?
Exactly, and I was cutting class at that time, so
Well, just follow the picture.
Right.
Follow the picture, guys. Look, but this is good stuff.
Yes,
So
seriously.
We'll have we'll have a lot of, and thank you for sharing this. 'Cause I definitely,
Absolutely.
would like to ask you so we can get some more awareness information, because we're definitely going to
Absolutely.
put an awareness information table out at the event. As well as have, if you have a business, a brand, if you would like to help
That's right.
the organization, help, particularly if you hear someone's testimony and you want to help them directly, guys, we encourage you to really, really reach out and help and just help. This is all. We can't do this alone.
Right.
Genuine
That's it.
Sister Supporting Sisters is not about an individual. Genuine Sister Supporting Sisters is a global unity of sisters that have gone through. We are very transparent women. We fall short of His glory just like anyone else.
That's right.
You know, but we are here to say, hey, it doesn't matter what you've been through. We're not doing any judgment. We are here to help uplift, and assist. So, yes, we need some. This is great stuff.
Yes.
Look at this pamphlet. I love this.
So definitely make sure that you are doing your monthly checkups, you guys. Of course, you know, not all of us go to the doctor every month, of course, but you know, it's a part of what we're supposed to do as being women. You know, we have to do breast self-check. And not only women. Let's rewind, because a lot of times we think it's just the women that end up with
Right.
breast cancer, and that's not the case.
Yes.
That's it. You know, men have breast cancer as well. And I mean, when I heard that, I was like,
Yes.
what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So if you would share with us, Miss Flo, a little bit more about that, because I'm still a little clueless in that area, but I know, you know, the basic
Right.
is that men can get breast cancer as well.
The term breast cancer, men have breasts. So, yeah, it's not really known in men, but it's breast cancer.
That's
and
it.
men has breast. So, but it's not very potent, and, you know, you don't see too many people saying, I have cancer and I'm a man. So that's why I was going to touch on a little bit about that too, is because men, go get checked.
That's right.
Because the thing is, you have a breast.
That's
you
right.
have breast tissue.
That's
you have
right.
breast muscle. Cancer is cancer.
That's right.
And it'll form in the breast.
That's
It can
right.
form. You know, it'll form anywhere in your body, but as long as you know, I don't know why cancer has a means to hit the breast first. I look at it as it may have more tissue than anything, because, you know, majority of your breast is fatty tissue and your muscles underneath. So that's why I was going to tell men, it doesn't just hit women. If you feel any kind of lump in your chest, I know a lot of men lift weights and their chests get big, and you think it's made big. You think it may be your muscle. But no, if you feel anything of a size of a pea or a size of a almond, just go get checked, because the thing is, it could just be a cyst, like they told me in the beginning. You know, because that was only 10 months after I had my second one.
Right.
You know, and it's supposed to be a year. So if I waited a year, I just told you I was a stage 1, right?
That's right.
It could have been more potent. I could have been a stage 4.
That's right.
And sitting here, don't know how long well, leave it to the doctor. They'll tell you you only have 3 weeks, a month, or 6 months, or whatever. But they don't hold the key. Only your Heavenly Father do. So, man, breast cancer is not just women.
Yep.
You have a
Absolutely
breast, go get checked.
Yep.
And when I tell you, the doctors probably tell you don't get checked until you're 50. No, sweetheart. Go get checked when you're 30.
Yeah.
Before then.
Yeah,
Before
before
then.
then. But like I told my daughter, she didn't have. I didn't have the BRCA1 or the BRCA2 gene. So where did the cancer come from? So I told my daughter, I said, I think you'd be safe until you hit 30. I want you to go get checked when you're 30 because 30 is a good age for you because you're still young. So
right.
just get checked. And and a lot of times they say when you get pregnant, women shouldn't end up having breast cancer if you're nursing. Well, I nursed both of my babies.
Oh, wow.
I nursed both, and they said it cuts down the ratio of having breast cancer if you nurse your children.
Right.
Wow.
I nursed my daughter until she was a year old.
Wow.
I nursed my son until he was 3 months because he was a big boy.
Try to lift
Girl,
him.
he ate.
No, stop. You're going to need a bottle.
Yeah,
Yes.
you need a bottle. You draining me.
And food.
You draining me, honey.
A bottle.
This ain't gonna work. And
Hilarious.
So one of my other friends said the same thing, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She said, "I nursed my child," and my other good friend, she said, "What saved my life was me being pregnant. It
My
helped
God.
me because they found it then."
Right.
She said, and it slowed it down. I said, "Do you see how God works? He put another creation in your stomach, and it slowed down the process of cancer."
My God.
She said that's how she found out she had cancer.
Very, very.
And I'm going like, that is, nowadays cancer just doesn't. Cancer hit like domestic violence. It doesn't matter what color you are.
Yep.
That's
It
right.
doesn't matter what shade you
Yep.
are. It doesn't matter what size you are.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you're tall, short, medium, whatever. It hits. It can hit the most healthiest person. I'm an example.
Yes.
I am a living example.
Yeah.
So when I tell people I'm cancer free because I'm a fighter. A lot of people, since you don't know me in person, I'm going to tell you I am a fighter. All my friends will tell you Flo don't go back down for nothing. She'll fight. So
That's
this
right.
cancer, I told this cancer to get underneath my feet like I told the devil get underneath my feet.
That's right.
You don't own me.
That's
you
right.
don't own me. It's an ugly disease, and God didn't meant for us to have it.
That's right.
And so when you have
Or any disease.
any disease, He didn't mean it for nothing. But when you have armies, people are standing around, that disease is not going to stay in your body.
That's right.
You're going to fight. And the key thing is, we as African Americans, we need to stop saying, "Oh, we're too strong. We can't catch it." Yes, we can.
Yeah.
That's
You need
right.
to go get checked. And stop self-diagnose, which you go on the internet, Google, looking at it. Look,
Oh
come on,
my
sweetie.
God. I'm
Don't
telling
do
you.
that. Don't do that. When you first see a sign, go.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Don't say, "Oh, let me go to Google and skim down and see do I have all these symptoms."
Yeah.
Right.
You don't know what's on the inside of your body.
Or
Yeah.
WebMD.
Right.
Yeah.
They only give you the information of people that they have diagnosed.
That's right.
But your symptoms are different. Like I told you, my symptoms are different from
Yeah.
a lot of women who had breast cancer. A lot of them.
Yeah.
On October the 7th, you'll hear my different of mine because it's totally different.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to share that part because it's going to wake a lot of people up.
My
A
God.
lot of people. And
Awareness.
just remember what I said. I breastfed. That's the key thing.
Awareness.
My God. Betty, please tell them, for those that want to attend the event, how they can purchase tickets, the time, again, the location, the address, things of that nature.
Okay. It is October 7th. We will be starting registration at 8 a.m. So please, guys, we are doing a special, and today is the last day for it. And I may extend it to tomorrow, actually.
Please do.
It's Sunday, so I'm feeling giving spirit. But we're doing a $15 special to participate in the walk. So we encourage you guys to speak to your friends, your family, your neighbors, your churches, your co-workers. You never know who has been affected by cancer or domestic violence, but it's worth the conversation to help save
That's right.
someone else's life.
That's right.
So as many as we can get at Stone Mountain Park, September 7th at 8 o'clock. You can go, I'm sorry. Yes, October 7th. I'm ready for that turkey Thanksgiving. I'm ready for that turkey. So, October 7th, 8 a.m., Stone Mountain Park. You can go on Eventbrite and purchase tickets at www.genuinesisters5k.eventbrite.com. You can always connect with me on my Facebook page, Genuine Sisters Supporting Sisters, or Betty Betty, Mary Murray, Instagram Betty Mary 6919. You can also go on PayPal, and if you want to donate, you can do that as well on PayPal. And all of the link to the PayPal will be linked on my page, as well as the Eventbrite as well. So if you want to donate, if you want to volunteer, if you want to support the event, if you want to support one of the honorees, everybody know, if you know of anyone who has dealt with cancer, it also takes a toll on you financially as well when you have family. And our program has not elevated to that point, but there's so many things that we want to do. I can only do what I can do right now. But Sister Flo here, she just had her surgery 2 months ago.
Yep. Exactly.
2 months ago,
Yes,
you guys.
she just had a double
Let's give
mastectomy
her a
2 months
hand
ago.
clap. I'm talking about. Look how gorgeous you look.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you don't
Double
even look like
mastectomy.
you've been through any cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, you look fabulous.
That's that fire.
Fabulous. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So 2 months ago, you guys, look how beautiful she looks.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Just had her surgery 2 months ago. So we give God all the glory.
Yes.
We give him all the praise.
Amen.
We thank him for allowing you to continue to be here with us,
Yes.
as well as my mom. And I thank God for him throughout that situation as well, because, when you hear the word cancer, the first thing you think is that this person or that person is going to die.
Right.
But as I was sharing with Betty earlier, that when I heard those words, God had to remind me that my mother has been faithful for, oh my God, umpteen years.
My God.
You know what I mean? So therefore that he was going to continue to take care of her.
Right.
And he did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Amen.
So I'm very, very grateful. And Betty, I would love to eventually, have you go to my hometown as well in South Carolina. My mom and I, and actually my mom started this on last year in regards to her walk. I unfortunately missed it because I had an event here in Georgia, and I very committed to what I do, but I won't miss another one, But
where's that again?
That's going to be in South Carolina. Actually, we're going to be doing that next year, April, and I want to say it's April the 14th, if I'm not mistaken, and that's going to be in Utahville, South Carolina, my hometown.
Okay.
Utahville, South Carolina. It's about 4.5 hours from here.
Okay.
But
Easy commute.
Yeah.
I'm there. We're gonna make it happen next year.
So we're gonna definitely do that on next year. I'm super excited about that. So I just kind of, I'll have to get the more details about it, but I know it's going to be on a Saturday in South Carolina. And also, Miss Flo, what I would like for you to do as well is tell the listening audience how they can reach out to you if they want to contact you or donate to your cause and things of that nature.
Yes. I believe my site is fightingforflow.com, and I believe that's a PayPal also. And my daughter set up a GoFundMe account on Facebook, and that is fightingforflow.com. Oh, it's fightingforflow.com at GoFundMe.
If they can't find it through there, they can just go directly through your page because you linked it.
It's linked to on my Facebook page, in which my Facebook page is for Shoda McCleskey, and it's spelled FASHODA. McCleskey, McCleskey. And I would like to say it will be greatly appreciated because I've been out of work ever since June. And this is about to be October. Wow. And so, you know, by the grace of God, you know, he put me still good people to help me out. Amen. You know, and I am a single mother. Amen. You know, I have 2 beautiful children, which my daughter is Takara McCleskey, and she's been, I mean, magnificent. Mm-hmm. She was my caregiver. Oh. Time I came home, she took care of me. Not a time that she said, "Mom, I can't do it." Mm-hmm. She did it. Mm-hmm. And my son is in college. Like I said, I am a single mom, and I still have to make sure my son is taken care of, too.
Absolutely.
And stuff. And he's been supportive by calling every time I have a doctor's appointment. "Mom, how was it?" Mm-hmm. And one thing about my son, I have to say, you know, sometimes faith do fall, mm-hmm. and my belief do fall. But he always, you know, I have to say, I did raise some good children, and especially with God.
That's right.
Amen. And he builds me back up.
Amen. That's right. And how old are your children, if you don't mind me asking?
My daughter is 23 and a half. She will be having a birthday in 27 days. Yeah, birthday.
Like it at all.
And you guys, hold on for a minute, because she's sitting here in the studio with us, and I thought sure she was a teenager. Okay, OMG Jesus, let me show you this beauty. Come on in here so that they can see you. Oh my God, how old? 20?
She'll be 23 and a half. She'll be 24 on the 28th of October.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I thought sure she was like 16 years old.
Yeah. You know what? Just really quickly, this was not a part of the show at all, but I think it's important because, just as you said, she was your caregiver. Mm-hmm. And I tell people all the time, genuine sister supporting sisters exist because of my experiences.
That's right.
And other young ladies like herself, I was that young lady that went to school, came home, and was worried whether my mother was okay or not. Some days didn't go to school because I was just too afraid I was going to come home and cancer had won the battle and she was gone from me. So I was that young lady that cleaned up feces and had to learn how to change the colossal bag and, you know, like all of that stuff. So I want you really quickly, maybe you can just share with us what have this ugly disease that we need to find a cure for.
That's right.
How has it affected you? How has it impacted you? I'm gonna let you take this seat for a second so you can be in the camera.
Well, to answer your question, I knew a little bit about cancer because I did lose a brother to lung cancer. First, it went from skin cancer to lung cancer. So after losing him, it brought, you know, another impact on me. So I had that in mind when my mom got diagnosed with cancer. Then I had to really just sit back and, you know, meditate to God to really just give me a clear head, a clear path, let him know, like, okay, you know what I'm going through. You know, I had back-to-back deaths. My brother's death is finna come up tomorrow.
Oh, my
so,
God.
Everything is just, you know, overwhelming all at once. But, you know, after meditating and really just talking to him and getting a clear path and actually talking to my dad, because I lost my dad in a serious car accident when I was 15 years old, about to turn 16. I didn't have my dad there. Then turn around, lost my grandma to, you know, colon cancer. So it's just, you know, back to back to back to back to things that was just going on at once. That me being just 23, I had to grow a backbone and just be strong for my mom and for everybody else. So kids that, you know, have parents that's younger than me, only thing I can say is just pray and keep your head up. Like, you just gotta pray and just take each day by day. Because if you don't, you will defer away. And that's what I did. And, you know, God told me that was not the right thing to do. But it was my way of coping with everything that was going on. So with that being said, cancer, I don't like it. I don't like the C word. You know, we do need to find a new cure for it.
Yes.
Everything, you know, is just very hard. But I can say hard into help. And that's all you have to do is just really grow that bone, like I said, and build up the courage
Thank you, Jesus.
to just sit here and to where you can actually talk about it and actually be there for your loved one that's actually going through this tragedy, because it is a tragedy. It's a disease, but I won't call it a disease. It's just something that is just out here that a lot of people don't know about. And I stress to all my friends, you know, nowadays that they look up to my mom. They never thought in a lifetime my mom would ever have cancer. They never would thought that my brother would have cancer. But he did. My mom had it. She still have it, but in God's grace, she doesn't have it. That's all I have to say. Just keep, you know, keep your mind focused on the better possibilities out on the income, not what's going on right now. You gotta keep thinking about the future.
That's true.
Don't think about what the president is going through right now, because if you keep thinking about the president, then you're gonna have negative thoughts, because you always gonna thought that negative. So turn that negative into a positive, and just keep going forward. Just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. That's all I had to do, was just keep pushing. I let everybody know, hey, I'm here with my mom. If you can't come here and help me or support me or anything like that, then I don't need to be around you right now.
Control, alt,
You know?
delete.
So
Yeah.
until then, until my mom can get back onto her feet or myself get back onto my feet, I'm not hanging with y'all. Simple as that. That's the type of mindset you have to have, because you have baggages, and you have other people that would try to defer you away from family and defer you away from what you really need to do and what God told you that you had to do, because they're worried about themselves. You got to worry about yourself and what's going on in your family. Because my mom could not been here, just
That's
like my
right.
brother. He fought a long fight.
That's right. And how old was your brother, if you don't mind me asking?
He died at age 25.
My God.
At age 25. It will make 4 years tomorrow that he's been gone.
My God.
4 years.
And was he a smoker or?
He wasn't a smoker. My brother, he was a dancer, singer. But his lifestyle got him into that environment to where
The secondhand smoke.
secondhand smoke, it wasn't even from secondhand smoke. It started from skin cancer. He didn't know how he got skin cancer. My brother was
Jesus.
gay. Just to put it out there, he was gay.
Okay.
He didn't let nobody know, you know, his type of lifestyle, because he never would bring it around us. He would
Okay.
always cover it up. So when he did find out that he had skin cancer, he came to all of us and told us, hey, you know, I got this black mark on me. I think I need to go to the doctor. Josh was one of the persons that would never go to the doctor. Like, he didn't believe in going to the doctor because he never wanted to hear that he had cancer.
Right, right.
He always wanted to strive and be a dancer, be a
Yes.
singer. Like, when I say my brother can dance his tail off, he was that dancer. Left Eye, Chili, everybody was his, you know, idol. Like, if you ever wanted to see somebody that can mimic everything that Left Eye or Chili or, you know, Sierra or anybody like that can do, that boy could do. But when he got sicker, I seen my brother going away. The cancer was just eating him away. He didn't want to take no medicine. He didn't. He refused the medicine. He said God is going to do his own course.
My God.
And that's what he did. From lung cancer, and went to pneumonia. That's what really took him out. That pneumonia. But on his deathbed, he sat there and told me, because I didn't make it before he took his last breath, that he wanted all his sisters and his brothers to change their life. And that's what I'm trying to do. Change life. And that's what I've been doing. Even though he's not here, he's here right now. I feel him. And that's all I gotta say. And, you know, everybody just gotta stay strong. Just stay strong for everybody. This is it is a painful thing to go through at a young age, because I suffered that at 17, losing my brother at 17. Now I'm 23, finna be 24, and I got my mom. I'm going through the same thing. So be strong, keep your head up, keep faith. That's the main thing that's going to get you through, is faith, and keep praying to your Heavenly Father, because if you don't believe in Him, I mean, you got to start believing in him because
My God, today.
too much stuff is going on in this world right now that's showing you that the world is coming to an end. So I tell everybody now, I might be young, but I do know my God.
My God.
I do know him.
I told you I raised 2 good kids, but I raised them in the Word.
That's right.
You know, and you asked how old my son, he's 21.
Wow.
So, you know, the Word is the background.
Yeah.
And that's the foundation and stuff. And I, you know, like I tell him, me and her don't see eye to eye all the time, but when I needed her the most,
She was there.
She was there. She actually
My God.
surprised me. You know, she surprised me.
My God.
And God does. You know, he works his magics around. And the ones that you least expect that's going to be there,
That's
they
that's
step up.
there.
They step up. And
Sometimes.
this chick right
But
here,
in this case, absolutely.
I mean, like I said, she shocked me. My girlfriends tell, oh, my daughter ain't going to come. She ain't doing this. She surprised me.
My
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And when you
God.
said caregivers have to, you had to take care of your mom, change your wife. She didn't care. In the shower, she said, come on, mama. Changing my bags every day. Every 2 to 3 hours, those bags had to be changed.
Been there.
So, yeah, I tell everybody, I have to give it to her. Because if I didn't have her, I don't know how I would have made it at my home by myself, even though my mother wanted me to be with her. But my mother is older.
Right.
You know, she can do so much.
Right, right.
You know, but my mom is a warrior, because when I'm down, that woman showing up and finds some type of strength to come up.
That's right.
You know, I think Clara Louise McCluskey. I had to say my mama whole name.
That's right. Shout out to Mama.
Mama.
Oh my
You
God.
know. And that's my baby girl.
Wow.
That's my oldest one, though.
Wow. And I just want to say, you know, thank you so much to your daughter for sharing that. I mean, I'm telling you, everybody's crying, you guys. Oh my God. What a powerful story and testimony. And I mean, at her age, to be there, like you said, for you is just a true blessing. And I'm telling you, as my mom was going through her battle, I'm telling you, I was hitting the road. Do you hear me? 4.5 hours. Sometimes I don't know how I got there, but I got there. 4.5 hours, you know. But God is good in the midst of it all. And, you know, he will continue to do what he say he's going to do.
Yes.
You know,
Ma'am.
I shared this quite often with different people. And, you know, for myself, you know, I have a couple of, you know, health issues, and, you know, and my mom said, don't speak it out, you know, don't speak it out. But, you know, so she said, you know, the doctor stated, okay, so I'm going to say the doctor said, okay, the doctor said that I have arthritis and fibromyalgia. And I'm telling you, the pain that I experience on a daily basis is just unbearable. Okay. And I go back to the cancer doctor every 6 months myself to get checked, because my levels are always extremely high. And my doctors want to make sure that my condition doesn't turn into bone cancer. So a lot of times, you know, people see me active sometimes on Facebook and different things, and, oh, I see you, everything that you're doing, and behind the scenes, they have no idea, you know, again, the hell that I'm experiencing every single night, you know, pretty much mobile throughout the day for the most part, but when night falls, I'm paralyzed, you know. But in the midst of it all, I give it all glory, I give it all praise. You know, I keep telling people it's not for me, it's for somebody else. Somebody else is experiencing some type of pain at this very moment, and we just have to continue to speak life into the situation. And sometimes, you guys, like I say, the strong can also be weak at times, okay? You know, I've been dealing with depression, you know, for about a month now, you know, just trying to get through because of the pain that I'm experiencing every day. And, you know, you try your best to be that motivational piece for other people, but again, you get weak at times. So you need those supportive people in your life as well that could be there to support you, help you get to, your next step or get to the next day, So I just want to, send a special shout out to those people, and you know who you are, that have been there for me throughout my process and going through the things that I've experienced and I've gone through. Also, I want to just talk briefly about, a couple of events that is coming up. Of course, again, make sure that you're at Betty's event on this coming Saturday, October the 7th at 8 a.m. Matter of fact, get there at 7:30 so you'll have time to park and all this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Get your comfortable shoes. Don't go out there in no heels, y'all. Okay, let's do the right things.
Y'all, this will be a 5K to remember.
Yes.
It's not just a 5K.
Yes.
We are honoring the honorees.
Yes.
A full day of, y'all, come comfortable. Come ready to give.
Yes.
But come comfortable. Y'all, don't just put on your 5K, your pink, your purple. Pull out your pom-poms, your bullhorn, your whistle, your church tambourine, your church band, your church drum, your old scratch board. Y'all know all of that. But it's a 5K to remember. So y'all come on out and support the women. Afterwards, we're going to have live jazz. We're going to have a full brunch. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have keynote speakers. One keynote speaker is coming in from Charlotte. Yes.
Wow.
Jamila Young Mitchell. She does the Car Chronicles. Absolutely amazing. And another keynote speaker, Stacy J. She does some radio personnel on the Ricky Smiley Show. So I support her new podcast that she has going on as well, and it's 360 or 380 live. So Stacey J, check her out. But we're gonna bring all these amazing components, and even everyone involved in the event. Someone has been affected by cancer or domestic violence, from the band to the DJ.
Wow.
That's
to
right.
everyone. So this is not just, okay, they're coming in, and we have some phenomenal people that have donated their services with kind, So
That's awesome.
and it's because they've all been affected, so thank you to everybody that is supporting Genuine Sisters, supporting sisters, but we are ready here to support you and love on you.
And don't think this is fake.
Yeah, I know, right? This is what we. I didn't say it.
Right.
She did.
I said
and
it.
it's the truth. So, dang, wow. Look, and you gave me too much recognition. It's about you. It's not about me. You.
And you
Thank you.
And you
you're
too.
welcome.
You.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Much love. Our schedules was conflicted.
Oh my God.
I'm in
Like
DC.
1 year later.
So it's so much, and back and forth. So I love you from the bottom of my heart.
I love you more.
I support you. Every
Same
time
here.
I see you on, I'm like, I'm going on now. Because I know you're going to always have something that's positive. Yeah. You have women that, hey, you're going to hear something that's going to encourage you.
That's right.
And that's what it's about.
That's right.
Encouraging each other and helping each other lift and grow. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys for, spending your Sunday afternoon and evening with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I want to just kind of give a few announcements before we actually end the show. First, I would like to say I hate that I'm going to miss this event. I'm not going to be able to attend because I'll actually be in South Carolina with my mom.
Yes.
Of course, looking after my mom, but at the same time, my mentor, her name is Tawana Williams. She was born without arms, and she's actually going to be in South Carolina on this coming weekend. And she's going to actually be in Vance, South Carolina at my mom's church. And I'm just going to show you this picture of my mentor, Tawana Williams, born without arms. She was on drugs, crack cocaine, I believe, for 10 years. I'm talking about a powerful, powerful, powerful story, you guys. She is the hope coach.
Yes.
She is my mentor. She is just absolutely phenomenal. Powerful story. She will be talking about her life, being born without arms. Her motto is no more excuses. Betty, if you see that picture over there that's in my corner of Jesus, she drew that picture with her feet.
Yes.
Okay?
I know
With her
of her.
feet.
I know of her.
Show them the picture. And not only that, she drew the picture of her feet. And on the date, it shows the date there,
Ready for this?
which is June the 11th. She was here in Atlanta, and she initialed and signed my signature with her foot, you guys. It was powerful. I mean, I was on my knees, honey. You would have thought Jesus was at my feet, okay? Because it was just so amazing with her story and her testimony, talking about showing demonstration of how she was able to take care of her daughter, because she has a daughter. Her daughter's name is April. But she showed demonstration of how she changed her baby with her foot, with her feet, putting on her socks with her feet. I'm talking about powerful, powerful story and testimony. Burping her baby, feeding the baby with the bottle. I mean, just, you got to be there. Okay. You got to be there. Again, that's going to be this coming Sunday in Vance, South Carolina. And you guys, that information is all on my social media pages. So definitely, if you're in the South Carolina area, you don't want to miss it. You want to definitely be there in the house with us on Sunday at 3:00 p.m. in Vance, South Carolina. And I'm pulling up the information right now so that I can share with you the address. Also coming up, let's see here. Let's see. And of course, the computer's moving a little slow here, but I'll get to it in just a moment. Also on October, well, actually, here we go. It just came up. October the 8th, which is Sunday. That's going to be at 3:00. And it's going to be at Refuge New Calvary Church. The address is 468 Macon Road, Vance, South Carolina. Zip code is 29163. Again, that's Refuge New Calvary Church. The address is 468 Macon Road, Vance, South Carolina, 29163. And the pastor is Jimmy L. Bradley Sr. He's the pastor of the church. If you are interested in actually calling, feel free to call 803-492-8487. Again, that number is 803-492-8487. But if you're in South Carolina, we would love to see you there. Also, mark your calendar for October the 14th. That will be my next Meet the Authors event. Again, that's October the 14th. That will be from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you guys. Okay, let's talk about this, because a lot of times we as African American people, we love to show up late at different events. Yeah. And I get it. People's schedules are a little bit busy. But at the end of the day, if you can be on time, you guys, please, let's be on time, okay? Because I don't want you to miss any of these authors. We have some wonderful authors lined up for you on October the 14th. And that's going to be here in Duluth, Georgia, at Just Cheesecake. Again, if you're interested in participating, coming to the event, Meet the Authors is an event that I have every other month. I used to do it kind of like every month, but now I kind of got it to where I'm doing it every other month. And people absolutely love it. I mean, we talk about different life stories. It's just amazing. So definitely would love for you to be able to attend on October the 14th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Also, I would like to send a special shout out to my dear friend, Wayne Canty. I am actually also requesting, I have these hearts, and it's for American Heart Association, that we're actually trying to raise funds for his upcoming event The event is in Augusta, Georgia. But I'm going to read out to you what the heart says. And it says, I'm helping to stop heart disease and stroke and save lives. My gift to the American Heart Association will help spread knowledge, advance research, and help Americans live longer, stronger lives. So here's the heart, you guys. I want you to take a look and see that. Of course, we're asking for $5 for the hearts. Of course, your name will be added on the heart. And he's going to have the hearts up on the day of the event. That's in October the 28th. So I don't have his flyer handy right at the moment. But of course, I will post that information on my social media outlet, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, things of that nature. So definitely you'll be able to see that on my social media outlets. I want to send a special shout out to everyone that is actually tuning in to the show. Again, I appreciate your time. Know that Kristle Shanell loves you. I don't take your time for granted. So I am hoping that you were able to definitely be blessed by this show on this afternoon, this evening. We talked about domestic violence as well as breast cancer. And this month is domestic violence and breast cancer awareness. So we want to make sure that we are able to spread the word, spread love, spread hope, help someone this month, you guys. Somebody is going through domestic violence right at the moment. Somebody is going through breast cancer right at the moment, or any type of cancer, or any type of sickness and disease. So we have to speak life into this thing. Some days I'm strong, some days I'm not. Today I'm strong, as you can tell, okay?
Right.
So I thank God for that. But before we close out, Betty, I would like for you to tell the person that is currently going through domestic violence, give them hope, give them encouragement.
Well, my sister out there, not just my sister, my brother
That's
out
it.
there as well. If you are in domestic violence in any way, shape, or form, first go in your war room. Get your personal connection. He inviting you. He loves you. Get your personal connection with God. Allow him to give you every answer. Allow him to order your steps. Because you can and you are deserving of healthy love. Mm-hmm. Healthy love makes you feel good. It makes you feel wanted, needed, loved, appreciated. And if you don't feel those things within your relationship, whether it's in your with your relationship with your mate, whether it's a business relationship, if it feels unhealthy, pray about it first. Pray for that person as well as yourself, and allow God to give you the right tools that you need to pick up the phone if you need to. Call 202-607-6919. I'm right at the other end. I am right at the other end. That's where we start. You start with him. And then call me. Because I'm going to be there for you.
That's
so
right.
Just always know that it's another sister out here ready and willing to support you. You can also look us up on www.genuinesisters.com. That's our website. We're always there as well. So we love you. We appreciate you so much. And we look forward to helping you in any capacity that we can.
Amen.
And Flo, there is someone that is currently going through breast cancer. There is someone that may be diagnosed on tomorrow. Give them hope.
But I would tell you the same thing that my sister right here just shared. Call on God. God is your hope. He's your healer. He's everything that you need, because that's what I needed at that moment, is that I called on my father. And after I called on my father, I leaned on my mother, because, it's nothing so special of having your mother to say, hey, baby, I got you. And see, I lost my father, so I couldn't lean on my father either, because I lost him. But if you have your parents, lean on them.
That's right.
And if you have children, the children be there for you. Because, when they said there's that unconditional love when you have children, it is an unconditional love, because they love you more than you ever would think.
Amen.
So call on God 1st, your mother, and your children. And like Betty said,
And then Betty.
and Betty. and then Betty. And if you need a support and need someone to talk to, I'm there too.
Amen.
My number here is 770-256-7436.
Yay.
I'm here to help everyone.
Amen.
In whatever cancer there is, remember, I'm in the health field.
Amen.
That's right. Awesome. Awesome. And again, I just want to make sure again that I show you guys the heart that we're actually asking for donations for. Either you can give a donation or you can, thank you so much, Flo. You can pay $5 and we'll make sure that your name is put on the heart and it will be at the actual event. I think he has a wall set aside for the hearts to be placed on at the event. So you guys, sicknesses and diseases are real, okay? And everybody, I'm sure everybody's going through something or know somebody that's going through something. Let me state that, you know, so we want to make sure that we're able to support as much as we possibly can. So if you are interested in giving a donation or you would like to purchase a heart for $5, please reach out to me, inbox me, you know, leave me a message on my Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. You know, I'm pretty much out there on pretty much all social media outlets under Kristle Shanell or the Kristle Shanell Show. And of course, the spelling of my name is a little different because my mom wanted me to be different. Okay. So the spelling is Kristle. And Shanell is Shanell. Again, that's Kristle Shanell or the Kristle Shanell Show. And give your $5 donation, and I will make sure that I get that over to Wayne Canty, who's actually having a wonderful event, bringing awareness to American Heart Association and bringing awareness to, you know, heart disease and things of that nature. On October the 28th, and that's going to be in Augusta, Georgia. Definitely you'll see that information post on my social media outlets. So if you're interested in participating in the event, please feel free to reach out to myself and I'll make sure I connect you with him. And let's just continue to bring awareness, you guys. Again, there's somebody dealing with different sicknesses and diseases. Let's bring awareness to this thing. And also one last, I hope I got all these announcements out, but one last announcement. Also mark your calendar for November. I will be doing an evening of talent, an evening of gifts and talents. So, of course, if you are a singer, spoken word artist, rapper. Now we're going to be rapping Jesus music, okay? So don't come, you know, we're not doing Lil Wayne or anything of that nature, okay?
Some new challenges, so we're going to stay away from those.
You know, exactly. But if you are interested in participating in the evening of talent, make sure you reach out to me so that I'm able to add you onto the list. Again, thank you, Facebook, Periscope, online listeners, our callers that actually called into the studio. I see you guys out there. Thank you so much for your time. We love you. We appreciate you. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening. And make sure that you love on someone today, tomorrow, and the next day.
Yes.
Be that support system for someone that needs your support. Okay, let's stop talking about people and you know, stabbing each other in the back. So let's just be there for each other, love on each other. Life is short. You know, you never know your next minute. You never know your next moment. You never know your next hour. So let's do better, okay? Peace and blessings. Know that Kristle Shanell love you. Signing off.